President Biden is set to travel to Europe for a NATO summit next week. NATO Secretary General tweeted that the summit will address Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the alliance's strong support for Ukraine, writing, "At this critical time, North America and Europe must continue to stand together." So let's bring in the former U.S. ambassadors to NATO, Kay Bailey Hutchison, who served under President Trump, and Kurt Volker, who served under former Presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama, and also served as the U.S. Special Representative for Ukraine negotiations in the Trump administration. Thank you both for joining us. Kay, I want to start with this claim from Russia that Ukraine could potentially give up its hopes of joining NATO and adopt a neutral status. What would that mean for Ukraine's future security?
I think that President Zelensky needs to have the total reign for what he believes is the right thing to do. The whole issue of NATO membership was a red herring from the beginning. President Putin knew that. He was using it as his excuse to invade this sovereign nation. But Ukraine was not on the brink of even asking to be in NATO because they knew that they did not meet the qualifications yet. Of course, we do want Ukraine to come in if they ask. Of course we do, but that has to be their decision. We don't invite memberships to NATO. We accept memberships that are requested, and there are standards for that. So I think that President Zelensky needs a wide range of options that he can pursue on his own as the president of his country, and we will work with him in every way to help solidify his defense, but not in this war time. It would have to be part of the negotiation, of course, that he would lead.
Now, Kurt, the Pentagon rejected a proposal from Poland to send fighter jets to Ukraine through the NATO air base, in addition to rejecting the no-fly zone. But an official now tells ABC News that key nations in the U.S. are exploring the possibility of getting more armed drones into Ukrainian hands. How significant would that be if it happens?
Well, every bit of assistance to Ukraine is important. And to be clear, the U.S. has done a lot, and this $800 million that the president announced will bring our total aid to $1.6 billion this year. That's 3.5 times what we did last year. It's significant. But let's be clear, the Ukrainians need a lot more, and they need it faster, and they need it to be exactly what they feel they need to hold the Russians off. Armed drones is a great step. I hope when NATO leaders meet next week, they agree on establishing a more stable and secure pipeline of security assistance to Ukraine. I think that we shouldn't rule out trying to find ways to help make the skies safer, as President Zelensky is desperately asking for.
And so, Kay, what other options are there to make the skies safer for Ukraine right now besides the no-fly zone?
Well, for sure, the drones would certainly be a big help to them. And I think there is a bipartisan emphasis on doing as much as we can in arming the Ukrainians as they fight for themselves. I also think better, longer range missiles, air defense missiles would help them. And I know that, of course, the secretaries of defense, the ministers of defense are meeting right now as we speak in Brussels to discuss the military help that we can give them and the strategy to go forward. I know, and Kurt would agree, I'm sure, that NATO is certainly unified, and all the press that is saying they're unified is accurate. But I think the military people are now in charge of making the decisions on what other help we can give them as they fight for themselves.
All right. Former NATO ambassadors Kay Bailey Hutchison and Kurt Volker, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.